Yes, it is. Anyways, please watch till the end. I have lots of important stuff to talk about, and it would be amazing if this could somehow get to the devs. So make sure to share this video around. But anyways, let's get into the video. Oh my god. We genuinely could not have picked a better place to start than rock bottom. It actually baffles me how this game now completely relies on stand skins and trading just to stay alive. Before I get any further, skins and trading aren't the problems by themselves. They're actually a good feature. I actually don't mind it. It's cool how you can trade like rare skins, whatever. But when the entire game revolves around this, that's when it becomes the beginning of the end. It just shows a complete lack of actual game development and an easy substitute. Back when the skin tier list looked like this, it was mostly acceptable. Skins were actually rare. Most of them genuinely looked good. But now they just throw in like 5 random skins every update to make it look like content. Like, how are you seriously telling me this looks good? Be so honest with me right now. Getting a stand like the World Over Heaven or Made in Heaven should be the achievement. The skin should be a small bonus, but now it's literally just completely about the skin. Skin chests, they're actually a joke. Uzuyas have gotten so greedy nowadays. Why can people just straight up buy the rarest obtainable skins instead of grinding for them, let alone even grinding for the stand itself, which is what you should be doing? Why? Genuinely, why can I just buy Tusk Act 4 skins, the World Over Heaven skins, Made in Heaven skins, stands that are supposed to be so hard to get? The World Over Heaven's quest is one of the most difficult quests in the entire game. But nah, if you got Roblox, you can just buy it. It's fine. It's just completely pay to win now. What's the point? And yeah, I know I did make a video getting the Wendigo skin, whatever. That doesn't change the fact that oversaturating skins is literally destroying the game. I'm fully convinced the average YBA player just AFKs in a trading server or scrolling on Discord for offers. And honestly, I don't even blame them. The game pushes skins harder than the actual gameplay itself. Like, seriously, where did we fail so badly that the main game isn't even the main option anymore? Overbalancing genuinely just killed the fun for the game. Playing 1v1s right now is a joke. Everything's so slow. You're just waiting for someone to click a move that takes a century to come out, misses, leaves them stuck in place, and then you do the same thing back for them. It's boring. It's so repetitive. This game used to have fast-paced PvP. Now it's just turn-based waiting. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised Mr. President gets a barrage and level 7 destructive power just to make it balanced. The devs completely forget why people enjoyed the game in the first place. Some stands being way stronger than others was part of the fun. Ever wondered why the Heavens update exploded the player count? Because the World Over Heaven and Made in Heaven were overpowered and hard to get. You had to grind, and you got rewarded with a stand that actually reflected that effort. Now, you can just skip the grind, trade for them, and they're awful. The time and effort is not worth it anymore for Made in Heaven, and especially the World Over Heaven. People only grind nowadays because they don't want to pay 1,000 Robux for a skin. And even then, the reward is barely there. I've genuinely had shower thoughts about this. But do the current YBA players not question how every update adds literally nothing new? Especially for max level players. Apart from new stands, obviously, which is obviously a good thing. Last time I checked, there hasn't been anything in ages. The actually last meaningful update that adds something new was the Shadow of the World quest. And that was over a year ago now. The current game modes are insanely boring. Only exception, SBR sometimes. At least there, the terrain changes, it's competitive, and you get traits, so it makes it less predictable and more interesting. At this point, I wouldn't even be mad if they added some random fishing system where you could fish up, like, I don't even know, lucky arrows or something. Anything, just to give the players a reason to log on at this point. This is probably the most overlooked point here, but it's not really YBA's fault. But it still needs to be addressed. So, unless you're leveling up on an out, you probably don't even realize how bad this is. YBA's leveling system is decades outdated. Same quests, same NPCs, same layout, paired with an extra vague tutorial. I don't even think there is a tutorial. It's actually crazy how overlooked this problem is. New players are so rare now. If you log into any server, like 95% of players in the server are max level. That leads into another huge issue. The game fully punishes you for not being max level. If you don't get what I mean, unless you've never played the game before, you already know to do anything interesting, you need to be max level. Otherwise, you're just screwed most of the time. Because, yeah, I know a lot of you are going to come up to me and saying, oh, but you only need Prestige 1 for 1v1s and Prestige 2 for SPR. But when do you ever see the average new player succeed against a max level player in any of these game modes? And I don't mean experienced players on outs. I mean actual new players. After all that, it wouldn't be fair for me to just run without giving solutions. That it's pretty obvious why this is happening to YBA. YBA has not had competition for years, so there was no pressure on them to improve. But now, games like Bizarre Lineage and Eyes of Diamond are looking very promising. And when they drop, the only people left in YBA would probably be the skin traders. And even that wouldn't last forever. Anyways, firstly, stop prioritizing skins and actually invest in the game itself. Release real content. Like, Crazy Diamond Requiem was literally promised, but I have not seen it at all. Secondly, skin chests need to be removed or reworked at the bare minimum. Temporary greed will kill long-term support. I can guarantee you that for a fact. If nothing else, at least make it so that evolved stand skin chests require you to actually own the stand first. For example, you should need the World Over Heaven before you can buy the World Over Heaven skin chest, if that makes sense. Third, the storyline needs a full revamp. Make it immersive, not just bandit beating. And how do we still not have a proper tutorial? We don't even have one. One of the biggest JoJo games on Roblox, and there's zero in-game explanation for almost anything. They could easily embed tutorials into their starter quests like that one game, One Last Time did. Overpowered stands should be allowed to be slightly overpowered. Power scaling is what makes the game fun. And finally, new stands shouldn't be tradable for a set amount of time after release. That actually forces players to grind for them, builds hype, and keeps the game alive, especially during updates. And finally, quick conclusion. These are all just my personal thoughts based on my experience of the game. So if anything sounds a little bit off, that's probably why. But taking that into consideration, I genuinely love to hear what you guys think in the comments. And anyways, thank you for watching. And if you want to subscribe, I'll be doing a YBA skin giveaway soon. So turn notifications on so you don't miss it. Anyways, bye-bye.